Hey everyone, welcome back to the Greeting Farm channel. This is Claudette with you today, and I am back with, as promised, the shape cards that I made in the last video. If you haven't seen that, I will put a link in the description box down below for that video. This one is in regards to the fairy shape cards that I made in that video. So if you want to watch that one first, feel free to pause this one and go ahead and go to that last video, which I will link down below. Let's open up our silhouette. And okay, before I go any further, I just want to say that I am using the silhouette program and the silhouette cutting machine. This is what I have. I apologize to those Cricut users because I don't have a Cricut. I mean, I have a Cricut, but it's one of the old one. It's the one that takes a cartridge. This tutorial for the silhouette is pretty similar to that of a Cricut. If not, if you are watching this video and is very knowledgeable in the Cricut, please leave a comment down below on how you would do it, or if you would like to do a video for the Greeting Farm sharing your process on how I created this shape card. If you know, whatever you learn from me doing it and then incorporating it into the Cricut software, then we would love to have you do a video for us. Make sure to leave me a message and I will hit you up and we could discuss something as a guest YouTuber, sharing your process of creating a shape card in the Cricut software. So without further ado, I am going to show you how I do it on the silhouette. So first of all, you go ahead and open up your new a new screen, or a new, what do you call this, page. So I like to go into this draw tool and do a rectangle because I want to make sure my card is going to be an A2 size card. So I just went ahead and make a rectangle. You could go here, oops. You can go on the corners and resize it to an A2 size card for 1/4 by 5.5. I'm just going to go up here and do it just so I could get it precise. Okay, so here's an A2 size card, and basically this is just a mock-up because I want to make sure my card is going to fit an envelope for this size. You can make it a little bit bigger. You can make it a little bit bigger and make your own envelope for it to fit into. However, you have to remember that if most of us have an 8.5 by 11 printer, so you're limited to how much you can print on one sheet in order to get your card on the 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So if you have a 12 by 12, then you wouldn't have this problem. You could go ahead and make it as big as you like. That will fit your 12 by 12 printout. But because most of us have an 8.5 by 11 printer, I am going to show you how to do that. So basically, once again, I created this little template of an A2 size card just for purposes of measurement, but I am not going to use this when I cut out my image. So let's go ahead and get your image. I am going to use fairy number 4, and I am going to remove this red line. So the red line for me, I believe it's my default, is the red line means it's where it's going to cut, and I don't want it to cut directly the image itself. I want a little offset on it. So what I do is click on the image, go to panels, object, modify and detach lines. Once I do that, I'm going to grab that line, that red outline, and just delete it. Then I'm going to click on this cut, because here is this other tab is where I have my A2 size card, and then I'm going to paste, right click, paste, and this is the size of the image compared to the card. So we want to make this a card size. So I am going to just enlarge it, and I'm not going to do it all the way filled because when I add on, in order to make the shape card, you want to add on the back of it, and you have to take that in consideration if it's going to fit on the paper. So let me remove this mock card and then click on fairy number 4. I'm going to right click and hit offset, or offset's right here, this star. And it's set at 125. I'm just going to bring it down to maybe 0.110. Yeah, I'm going to do 0.110 apply. And then what I'm going to do is click on the image, move it for just a bit, click on the outline, and then go to this replicate panel, click on that, and then we want to replicate it, or we want to mirror it upwards above. So click on this one. Now what we want to do is just bring this one down just a little. Do you see where that's intersecting? Do that, and then take your image back and put her back into her outline. And I'm going to just move this up that much, because when I fold it, this is where the fold's going to be. When I fold it, I want her bun to be shown still in the card. I don't want to cut it off. I'm going to try not to cut it off as much. So that's what I do. But before I group everything or weld it, I'm going to remove her, select the 2 outlines, and then go to the welding panel right here below the replicate panel, and then hit weld, or you could right click and then weld. So there you go. This is the card. Take the fairy and put her back into her outline, and let's try to get her as center, and that might be good enough. Okay, so now you have her centered into her outline. Let's go ahead and select all, and then group, right click, group. Now this is your card, but we need to make sure we have our registration marks in order for it to print. So let's go here to the page setup panel, and then let us go to this one right here and turn the registration mark box and then check on. And then I go to the advanced option, click that. I just like to give myself more, less margin. Okay, so you see these binding boxes. This is where you want to stay within. And clearly the image is, oh, did I not group these? Let's select all and then group. Yeah, okay, there you go. Sorry about that. All right, so you could see that it is past the bounding boxes, or the outline, and this is not gonna it'll cut and print within this box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this right here and rotate it diagonally, and then here you can fit it on to the paper, the 8.5 by 11 paper. You could even make it just a little bit bigger, and then you can print this out. So what you do next is, once you get this set up, if you don't want to waste space here, you could, add in another fairy, not a card, but, like you can make it into a tag or a little, you can use the image for your cards. But if you don't like to waste the space, because you're going to have wasted space right there and right there. But I don't mind right now, since I'm showing you how to do this video. Once we're done with that, we are going to go to print, and this is how it's going to look when you print it out. Make sure you have the registration marks, because that's how your silhouette reads where to cut. And then you go ahead and print. Click on print, and then once that's done, let's go over right here to send. Once you go to send, you see that the red line is what it's going to cut. Now you notice there's a red line inside where the actual image is, and we don't want that. So make sure you go up here to simple. There's a simple line, fill, and layer. Go ahead and click the line, and that will remove it cutting the image itself, because we only wanted to cut the outline. So once that's done, go ahead and hit send, and then you will have your cutout, and it will look like this. And really, that is it. It is that easy. All you have to do now is color it and then send it to your recipient. I'm sure there's more ways to do this than mine. Like I said in my past videos, when it comes to like Photoshop and all these other softwares, there's always going to be different ways you could do it. There's many roads leading to one destination, and not everybody has the same techniques or ways to do it. There may be some tips that I showed you that was easier than what you've been doing, or vice versa. You have an easier way of doing it than what I've shown you. But always remember that there's a way to get to point B. So my way is not always going to be your way, but this gives you the gist of how I created these shape cards. Okay, I hope this helps you guys. If you guys have any questions, please leave a comment and your questions down below, and let me know if there's any other videos you would like me to create and share with you. If you've seen our last stamp feature for the digital, I created a house favor box using the house in the Fairyland digital stamps. And if you want me to show you how I made that, I'll insert a picture of it right here somewhere on the right side. I'll show you how, or I'll just do another slide of the picture of the house box that I made using the digital stamp. Let me know and I could do that for you as well. And it does require the silhouette to cut out the house. Actually, no, it doesn't. You could cut it out, fussy cut it yourself, and then I'll show you how I created it. It's another super simple project that I did. So if that's something you're interested, go ahead and leave me a comment down below, and I will do that in my next video. All right, guys, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. We really do appreciate the participation on our page. It really helps to share this video with others that have not seen it. So it really does help us when you're active on our channel. All right. Thank you, everyone, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.